Who wants another election? How great would that be right now? Well, there's a big brawl over the housing fund. That is the Housing Affordability Future Fund, Labor's signature housing policy. And it's not much of a policy when you consider the $300 billion in tax cuts proposed for the wealthy, the stage 3 tax cuts. Labor's threatening double dissolution because the Greens won't pass it in the Senate. They're being obstructionist. So Labor and the Greens are playing double dissolution chicken. Who will blink first? The HAFF bill has just to go through the House twice, which Labor controls. Then it has to be knocked back in the Senate twice, and then Albo has his trigger. It's a good show politically, but is Albo fair dinkum with his double dissolution threats? No, probably not. The actual cost of a federal election is about $300 million. That's just according to the AEC. It's expensive, but let's face it, the politicians are not worried about that because it's not their money. The cost, of course, is risk. Will Labor end up with a better result? Well, it's a lottery. You don't know because you're going to the Australian people again. You might do worse. Would they have the new slogan, Albo could change from a better future to a better something? Maybe they could reprise Gough Whitlam's famous "It's time" to "It's something," or Paul Keating's "Australia deserves better" to "Australia deserves something." Or perhaps Bill Shorten's "We'll put people first" to "We'll put something first." But what are the Teals and the Senators thinking? What are the crossbench thinking? They would have to be nervous, wondering whether they'll get back into office. Do they want to go up for another election? And therefore, the game of chicken, who will blink first? At stake is the HAFF. The Greens say that the HAFF is too tricky and it's too mean. $10 billion is not enough. I'd have to say they're right there. It's not nearly enough. Labor says the Greens are obstructionists but are stopping people from getting homes. Something is better than nothing, they say. I'd have to agree with that as well, that something is better than nothing. So this is really about a battle for control. And the Greens, of course, aren't in power, so they don't have the responsibility of being in power. They don't have to compromise as much with political donors and so on, with corporations. Something which does seem to be missing in the debate in the Senate is the other thing, the other fund, which looks a bit like the proposed HAFF, the housing fund. We're referring here to the Medical Research Future Fund, the MRFF. Just like the HAFF, it's a bunch of public money given to the Future Fund to manage, and the proceeds are spent on medical research. The difference is that the MRF is given the money and the HAFF is to be lent the money. No cost to the budget, fiscal responsibility and all that good stuff. Whatever the proceeds are, the government can spend them on housing. That's the proposition. But only if markets go up, only if they make a profit on the money that they're managing. What have they got in fees then? Some $400 million is swallowed up in fees for money managers. The MRF's accounts show that it managed $21.6 billion as at 30 June 2022. The total cost structure at the time was 1.96, close to 2% per annum. The key is the look-through costs. It's 0.4 with the basic management fee, but money managers don't manage it all themselves. They farm it out to their mates, hundreds of millions to external fund managers, including performance fees. So 1.96 of $21.6 billion managed by the MRF equals $423 million in fees. As we've said before, there are houses in this, all right. Holiday houses for money managers. In any case, these accusations that the Greens and the Liberals are joining forces to defeat Labor's great policy, this is all just politics. This is what the Senate is meant to be doing, debating legislation. And so there's no need to be fussed, really. The housing money is quite weak. It doesn't cost the budget anything. What is a return on $10 billion if they do make a return on the markets? It's not going to be that much. It's not going to build enough houses to satisfy Australia's homelessness problem. So the guts of it is, this is politicians doing what they should be doing, debating things in Parliament. Thanks for your support. Like or comment below, share the story, and if you can, throw us a few bucks to help us produce the content. Thank you.